Alright, what's up with it, y'all? So look, man, I'm back again with another video. This is like part 3 of this trial that took place today. I am going to be breaking this down a little bit more into different pieces and stuff like that, that way we can talk about it and stuff like that. But I know a lot of people want to see what actually happened themselves, and then we can form our opinions and stuff like that a little bit later. But you know, I want to say RIP to Dolph again, and I want to send my condolences out to his family and friends and anybody out there that had a genuine love for him. This right here is basically a little bit more of the confession from earlier, and also the medical examiners and different things like that are speaking, and his lawyer, Justin Johnson's lawyer, the guy who actually shot Young Dolph, one of them, his lawyer is speaking out again. And me personally, man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro, I honestly feel like, you know, it's an open and shut case. You got too many witnesses, too many people going against you, they got video evidence of you and different things like that, so it's really hard to fight this type of case. But you know, you never know. But you know, I just want to say that when you do wrong by good people, you definitely gonna get them the results that you deserve. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna always be like that. It's just sad and unfortunate that Dolph had to lose his life over some bullshit like this. You know what I'm saying? Over hate, jealousy, and different things. And I see a lot of people trying to victim blame, saying he should have been driving a car, different things like that. I mean, I can understand where y'all coming from, but y'all gotta realize the shit shouldn't have never happened in the first place, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to blame the dude, blame the people who did it to the dude. You know what I'm saying? That don't make no sense to me. But like I told y'all before, and I'm going to continue saying this, I'm going to say it multiple times, Dolph was an inspiration to me, one of my motivators and stuff like that. And I really felt like I knew, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's weird as hell. I ain't got this type of, you know, feelings towards rappers and different things like that. But this one of the people that I can kind of resonate with. And his death just really touched me on another level, bro. You know, so yeah, we're going to be talking about it a little bit more, but I'm going to go ahead and let y'all watch this. We're going to break everything down a little bit more. Probably tomorrow, I will probably chop it down into different pieces and stuff like that for those who do have other things to do and can't watch hour-long or 2-hour-long videos and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's all I really wanted to say, man. I'm going to show y'all this right here. I'm going to let y'all get into the video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. And if you do miss this premiere, I think I'm going to do it as a premiere. If you missed the premiere, you know what I'm saying, you can just watch the replay of, you know, we'll just talk about it a little bit later tomorrow or something like that. But hey, let me know your thoughts and opinions on everything. It seems like it's an open and shut case. They messed up when they messed with Dolph, man. I'm trying to tell you. And yeah, Dolph probably did, you know, get a little too comfortable and stuff like that. But you got to realize and understand that this shit should have never happened. Somebody who really in the city doing certain things. We can have our differences as men and keep on pushing. We don't have to try to kill each other. But, you know, it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts and opinions, and I will holler at y'all later on another video. All right.
But if for some reason you... Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Smith.
Good afternoon.
My name is Luke Evans. I represent Mr. Jonathan in this case. So I'm going to be asking you a few questions, okay?
Yes, sir.
If there's anything I ask you don't understand, just let me know. If you can't hear me, it shouldn't be a problem. But if for some reason you can't hear me, just let me know. Okay? So, you started out today saying, and I think ended by saying you're here to tell the truth, right?
Correct.
And just to be clear, you know the difference between a truth and a lie, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you said you started meeting with law enforcement, December 9th? Really the day you got picked up, the day after you got picked up in South Haven, right? Or the same day?
Nah, I ain't meet, like, what you mean by meet back with them?
I mean, they sat down and interviewed you in a room.
Yeah, I talked to them,
And did you tell them the truth?
Nah.
Right? Because specifically they asked you whether or not you'd ever seen that Mercedes.
Right.
And whether you'd been in it, right?
Right.
And you said, never been in it, never seen it, never been in it with Justin Johnson.
Correct.
Right? Okay, just to be clear.
Correct.
How about how many times would you say you've met with the state, law enforcement included, right, in preparing to testify to that?
A couple of times, three, 4 times.
Okay.
4 times.
Does that include are you including that time back in December, right when you were picked up?
Nah.
Okay. So 3 or 4 times since.
Yeah.
All right. And one of the times you met with him was in March of 22. You remember meeting with him then? Sometime around then?
I don't know the exact months and stuff like that. I got my lawyer in March, so I don't know. I can't just pinpoint exactly what month.
Well, I'll say it like this. You started out with a different lawyer and you ended up with the lawyer you have now, right?
No, sir. He was never hired.
Okay, well, you got paid.
No, he did not get paid.
Did he get paid?
No.
He didn't get $50,000?
He did not. He ain't signed my jacket saying he represented.
No, what I'm asking you.
I just talked to him.
That's not what I'm asking you.
Right. You asked
He
me.
got $50,000.
Said I had a different lawyer. So.
Hold on just a second. Ask your question, wait for the response.
You mean?
The original lawyer in your case got $50,000 to represent you. Did he not?
I don't know exactly how much you get. I don't know. I
Okay.
can't say.
All right. So you talked today. You got paid for what you just testified to, didn't you?
After I was locked up,
You got paid,
my
right?
lawyer was paid. Lawyer.
You got $50,000 to pay a lawyer, right?
I didn't get it in my hand. Correct. I don't know how much it was, but correct. My lawyer. got paid.
Okay. And there's no question that that money was for services rendered. Killing Dolph.
Basically.
You took it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did your conscience bother you?
Come on.
Your conscience.
After I came to my senses, yeah.
Did you say, I can't have that money? I can't use that money because you still got a lawyer here.
Nah, I ain't say that. I ain't
You
say
took
that.
the money.
Yeah, I took the money. I got the money.
Your conscience wasn't bothering you that bad, right? You said your conscience started bothering you, but not bad enough not to take the money for the job you did.
Well, I had already did it, so might as well. You know, I got a conscience still after I came to my senses.
Right. Okay. So, you didn't think, man, I really shouldn't be able to keep money for killing somebody.
I ain't think like that.
Okay. Now, at the end of this, you said, you're direct. You said something about, you saw a picture of the person, you said Mr. Johnson with a suitcase. And you said, he's there with his money, getting out of town.
Right.
To be clear, you don't have any direct knowledge of Justin Johnson getting a dime for this, right?
Nah, I ain't got nothing.
Okay. So you can't say he's leaving with his money, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, a couple other things specifically. When you as you say it, let's kind of put a timing on this. So you said March, you got your current lawyer, and you went back and met with the government again, right? Or the state.
Yeah,
Law
I don't know what month. Like I said, I can't say what
Okay.
like they can win.
But if I told you met with law enforcement around March 13th of 22, does that sound about right?
I can't put the date on it. I ain't
Okay.
even counted it.
Well, let me ask you this. You said you had a change of heart and your conscience started getting to you. You wanted to tell the truth. When did that happen?
Like a couple months after I sobered all the way up, while I was in jail, I sobered all the way up. I ain't in my senses like it was wrong.
Okay. So you got December is when you go to jail. December 9th.
Yeah, December 9th.
So a couple of months from then. You sober up, that's when you come to your senses.
Yeah, and then Justin had sent me a letter saying.
Well, I'm not asking you what Justin sent you a
I'm
letter
saying
saying.
what automatically made me come to my senses and like, you know, it was wrong. You know what I'm saying? When he said, cut him loose, take the juke, and quit down with me.
Okay. So you're saying Mr. Johnson sent you something saying, he actually said he didn't do it, right?
Now, he didn't say he didn't do it then. He said, cut him loose and take juke and quit down with me because they ain't messing with us.
Oh, you mean tell the truth?
Nah.
Because he didn't have anything to do with it. Tell the truth.
Nah, he's saying me take the downfall.
Oh, okay.
Cut him loose, let him go.
Okay.
And tell them to quit and him change clothes and quit with me instead of him.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Did you get it directly from Justin Johnson, this kite you're talking about?
Like, you know, we got rock me and stuff, but we were talking through the vent. I was in each part, he was in each part. We were talking through the vent.
Did you get it directly from Justin Johnson?
Nah.
Did you see him write
it? Did I get it? He said, did you get that? Did you get that kite?
Did you see him write it?
Nah, I ain't see him right. I mean, another part. We
Right, you can't even see him.
But he asked me, did I get that kite?
Okay.
He sent me more than one. He sent another one and said he got 7K. I could take that. I'll leave.
Where's that?
I don't know where it's at.
You lost it?
Nah. I sent it on out to my folks.
Okay,
Sent
all
it
right.
on out to my folks, my sister.
Okay. So, you started telling the truth then. So, surely by August, you met with the state in August 10th of 22. Surely by then you're telling the truth.
Yeah, I'm telling the truth.
And you would agree with me, the truth doesn't change. It's the truth, right?
Yeah, it's the truth. You know, quick, brought me in and set me up for the police to capture me. So, might as well tell the truth. If we gonna tell the truth.
Okay. So, today, for the first time ever, you testified that you wiped that Mercedes down.
Yeah.
You've never said that before.
No, I ain't know.
You've never told them. You never told them that you wiped that Mercedes down?
I never told detectives when I talked to them. Nah.
Why would you not tell them? They've asked you every question under the sun about this case, right?
I said detectives. I never admitted that I was involved to detectives when I first got locked up December the 9th.
You know they take notes and they recorded your entire interview
Right.
from August.
We were talking about so much, you know, it slipped my mind from.
And they specifically asked you, and you said,
They ain't asked me that way to cut it in there. They ain't specifically asked me.
You don't-
cut it in there.
you don't recall them asking you and you saying, Justin said he had someone wipe the car down.
Yeah, he told me he had somebody to wipe the car down too.
But you didn't think to ask him,
I
right?
told him that I wiped it down. He said he used the right stuff because I got somebody else to wipe it down. You know what I'm saying?
So now you're saying you told Justin that you went and wiped it down.
Yeah, I told him too.
Why didn't you tell that to law enforcement who's seeking the truth from you, right?
You know, stuff slip a person's mind too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Kind of an important
I can't-
detail.
like, they ain't asked me that I wipe the car down. So
You don't think so?
I don't recall.
Okay. Well, your fingerprints are on that car,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
So when did you go do that?
Like, a couple days after the shooting.
Did you tell Quet?
Uh,
Did you go by Quet's house?
Yeah, I had called quick and told him that I was finna walk in their backyard so he'll know who walking over there. I ain't called him.
So you called him, you let him know, you walked through his backyard.
Not through his backyard. That I was finna walk in the backyard where the car was in.
Okay. Why would you need to tell Quet you were going to be at the car across the street?
Because he got cameras. So I ain't want him to think nobody trying to get him enough to get shooting at me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, let him know what's up.
And just to be clear, does he have cameras on the abandoned house, or you're just saying shooting out from facing out from his house?
He on his house.
Okay.
On his house.
But testimony today is you called Quet and told him you were going to go over there and wipe that car down.
Yeah.
Okay. And you didn't tell law enforcement that either. Does that surprise you that you wouldn't have told them, hey, I even called Quet and told him I was going to go over and do it?
Nah, because, you know, like I say, stuff slip a person mind at the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, when law enforcement talking to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't just finna remember everything bit for bit right then and there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, 3 or 4 times, as you said it, right? To meet with them, to go over it, to think about it. You were able to talk with counsel before you went into these. You were able to look at paperwork before you went in, right?
Before I went in with.
And met with them.
Yeah, what you mean though? What you saying? Like, what you saying?
It just slipped your mind.
Nah, what you saying? Like,
No,
what slipped my mind? What you saying?
To tell them all the details.
Yeah, I couldn't just remember detail like that.
Because it's hard to keep up with details when you're lying. You would agree with that, right?
Nah.
No?
Nah, when you telling the truth, like, and you
Okay.
nervous, like, it's hard to keep up with
Alright.
the tears.
So you're saying that one just slipped your mind? Okay. You didn't bring it up. They didn't ask you. You just slipped your mind. Okay.
I answered the questions they asked me correctly, you know, like, if they ain't asked me, if I don't recall them asking me, I ain't answered.
So law enforcement specifically asked you about this $800 that you got after the shooting, right?
Right.
And today, I just want to make clear, you're saying that $500 was hand-delivered by Justin with a letter to your neighbor,
Right.
and her name, just to be clear, is Vivian Fifi, right?
Correct.
Lives next door to your dad.
Correct.
And you know that happened, correct?
Correct.
You say you were on the phone with Justin and Miss Fifi when that was happening,
Correct.
and to confirm that Miss Fifi actually got the money.
Correct.
Okay? Now, but you would agree with me that's not the story you first told law enforcement, right?
I don't recall.
You don't recall?
I can't say he's correct in that, because I don't know what I told them, like, when I first talked to them.
But is that the
I can't
truth?
recall the interview that I had with them back then, so I can't say it's correct or it's not.
Okay. Well, did you tell them that you told them the truth, right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
told them the truth.
All right.
I told them.
So, in that same interview, if that's the truth with Miss Fifi, in that same interview earlier, why would you tell them that some masked man came in a Chrysler 300 on 2 occasions
No, I
and
did
said,
not say that.
you didn't say that.
I didn't say that earlier. I did not say that. Said a madman on 2 occasions came.
You didn't
I said
say that.
Justin dropped it off to Miss Fifi the first time, and he had somebody with a mask on the second time with $300. That's what I said.
So, if that interview recording's got your voice saying that you and Angela backed up in the driveway to next door, and on 2 separate occasions, the first time somebody brought $500, and your girlfriend Angela got out and got it, and you stayed in the car, and then on another occasion, which is what you said today, somebody bought, like, you didn't say that. Somebody else jumped in your interview that was recorded and said those things.
Yeah, I don't remember saying all that. I can't recall the interview. Like, I got heard for me to say, yeah, you know, I said, yeah, I got heard the interview.
Okay. But if you were telling the truth, you wouldn't have any trouble, right? Going, did I say that or not? Because you know you didn't say it because you told the truth.
I'm telling the truth. I'm telling
This time or that time?
I been telling the truth all the time, all along.
Okay.
Since it's after, might as well tell the truth.
A couple of things. You had only two conversations. Well, let me back up. You had one conversation at Quet's house where Jook was there, correct?
Correct.
Justin wasn't there.
Nah, he wasn't there.
And then you said you had an earlier conversation with just you and Quet about the doll hit, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, this conversation that you had at Quet's with Juke was there. I think you said you went to buy X pills.
Correct.
You weren't going over there for the specific purpose of saying you wanted a chance at killing Dolph.
Nah.
Okay. Did you ever, during that meeting that you had with Jook and Quet present, did you ever say that you could get up on Dolph real easy because you know where his aunt lives and you see him over there at least once a week?
Nah,
Never said that.
never said that.
Now, you've testified today that no promises were made, right? But you're expecting to get consideration.
Nah,
No? You're not expecting to get any consideration for your sentence in this case, based on what you're doing here today.
nah. But I know I'm going to jail anyway, so.
Okay.
So, man, we be real, get it off my chest, feel better. Start my healing process.
It's not what you told your sisters when you wrote them back in March of 22.
I don't know. Probably not.
You lied to them?
I say anything. I don't know.
Now we're getting somewhere. You'd say anything.
I'm saying like in the letters because I know for sure that they taking my letters and stuff. So
You told them my lawyer is trying to tell me my best out is working with the feds, helping them, something I've never done in my life.
yeah.
So you're telling them I didn't do this. I didn't really do it. But I'm going to say I did it so I can get out of prison.
Nah, I ain't saying it like that. I ain't saying it like that. Like I'm saying like it's my best out to be honest and stuff like that. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, be truthful because they already know. So, if they already know, why play with these folks? And they already know.
And then you said, just so on that point, your lawyer, he, said that's the only way I will not do life in jail.
Yeah, if I said that then, you know, it'll probably, you know, what I said. If I wrote that, I said that. So
Okay.
I ain't finna say I didn't write that.
And then you say that you're hoping essentially not to do any time because your lawyer that you have now was responsible for getting one of the people in the Holly Bobo case out without doing any jail time.
Yeah, I told them his history, you know what I'm saying, like his history, but what he did in the past ain't got nothing to do with this.
No? So you weren't expecting to walk free after today? That's not what you were expecting?
After them folks kept telling me I ain't going, I said forget it, you know what I'm saying, like, I mean, it is what it is, I'm being real, so it is what it is, I feel better now.
Okay. Because you told your sisters, they got to let me walk free if I make any deals with them.
And my sister and they green, they don't know nothing about ain't no folk teachers and stuff like that, they green, they don't know nothing about no jail time or nothing like that, so, you know, we just praying, hoping for the best outcome, you know what I'm saying, like, we just leaving in God's hand.
After you got clean, right? Right?
It basically like speaking into exist, you know what I'm saying? Like hoping for the best, you know what I'm saying? Outcome, you know what I'm saying? Faith.
Exactly. Hoping to walk free if you go in and testify in this case, right?
Yeah, before I talk to them folks and stuff like that, like before I talk to them, that's what I'm telling my sister and them, like, man, I ain't never did no police ass shit, but you know what I'm saying? Quit already told them everything. They already knew everything, so I might as well, you know, tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Tell my role, tell his role, you know what I'm saying? So be honest.
Well, and you bring up Quet in this letter. You even tell your sisters that when you saw Quet on December 8th, it was like he had a limited time to find somebody to pin this on. Talking about Quet.
Hey, you know, I was just getting locked up, right? So I wasn't finna say, yeah, that was me. I'm not finna say, yeah, I know that was me or nothing like that. Any letter. I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna do that.
You hadn't just got locked up. Agreed? You got locked up in December. This is in March.
Yeah, but I'm still just locked up over here. I came over here in January 11th. So I'm over here now, and I know that, man, everything I do, say, whatever, right, they might intercept it. They might listen on the phone, so I can't talk like I really want to. In no letters or nothing.
You repeatedly say in these letters to your sisters that you didn't do this, and you're only going to lie to get yourself a deal. Fair? Whether it was true, whether you say you were lying to them or not, that's what you said here.
Right. I said it in that letter once again. I just got over it. I know my case over. I ain't talking to no state or nothing like that. I ain't talking to nobody. So I'm not finna admit to doing nothing in no letter, knowing they might interfere in it. Take it.
You met with law enforcement in December, on December 9th, on the day of your arrest.
Yes, sir, I did.
And within days of writing this, and maybe before then, well, you didn't remember. In days of writing this, you're back meeting with law enforcement.
December the 9th?
In March 13th.
You said December the 9th.
You met with them December 9th?
December the 9th, March.
You're back meeting with them March 13th of 22. Days after writing this letter to your sister, or these letters to your sister.
Well, if it was after I wrote that to my sisters, then I wasn't going to confess because you said I wrote that before I met with them, right?
Okay. So, I guess what you're saying that is, when you met with law enforcement, if it was in March, that you realized you weren't going to lie and you decided to tell the truth then.
To the law enforcement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this issue about the $50,000 we talked about earlier, you went into a proffer sometime in March and lied about the $50,000.
What you mean?
You didn't tell them that you had gotten $50,000 for killing Dolph.
I didn't tell them because that was for my lawyer.
Okay.
That was for my lawyer. So I ain't tell them right then enough now.
And then in August, you and your lawyer have to appear for another proffer, and you have to clear that up because you lied.
Yeah, I kept it G, like, you know. Yeah, my lawyer told me that the best thing to do, just be honest. Better anything.
Okay. But you still weren't honest, even after meeting with them the first time. And then in August, you meet with them again.
Hold up, what you mean I wasn't honest after meeting with them? Hold up, what you
In March. You lied about the money in March.
In March? Like, what? Why I lie about some money?
You
in
didn't
March?
tell them you got any money for killing Dolph.
Nah, look, when I spoke to my lawyer, and my lawyer told me to be honest, I was honest with them.
Okay.
I was honest with them. I told them about the 800, so I ain't tell them I got no money for killing Dolph. I told y'all about the 800. So how I didn't tell you that?
Now, you originally even tried to get your girlfriend to lie for you, right? With an alibi, Angela.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Who's Letitia Jackson?
That's my baby mom, my kid mom.
Okay. Now, I think you said, well, let me ask you this. Was the day that you shot Dolph, the day before that, did you know you were going to shoot Dolph?
Nah, I ain't know nothing about all this, but I ain't know we were gonna catch Dolph or nothing. But the next day was the day we caught Dolph, that was my baby girl's birthday, to be honest.
Okay.
And I know I told her about a house, buying them a house and all that because I knew that they already had hits on everybody's head and we was out looking for somebody. We didn't know we were gonna catch Dolph, we didn't know who we were gonna catch.
It was a particularly big day for you?
What you mean big day?
Well, you text Miss Jackson, let's see, 9:05 a.m. on November 17th, 2021, you say, good morning. I went to sleep in the midst of texting you to knowing today is my big day.
My baby birthday. My daughter's birthday.
November 17th?
Yeah, my daughter.
You went and killed a man on your daughter's birthday?
Hey, I'm trying to make it right for her. I ain't had no money. I'm trying to get some money that day. So I'm trying to make sure my baby girl, man, have a beautiful birthday. So it was whatever. Then I'm trying to get high on pills. It was whatever.
But you're telling her you're going to buy her house, you're going to give her $10,000 for rent?
I said this the
Right.
day before.
The day before?
Yeah, you know, I tell female lies, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my baby mama. I was trying to get back with her, whatever. It ain't just like, you know, it's just game. You know what I'm saying? It's just game. And about all, like, just game.
So you're just lying to her too?
I ain't saying lying. I ain't gonna say that. Game and lying is two different things because,
Okay.
man, you know, you tell the person what they want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Tell the
Like
person-
these fine people.
Nah, I don't know them. I don't know them. So, ain't got no reason to let them know that.
So if it's game, it ain't a lie.
I ain't trying to run a game on nobody in here, man.
You sure?
Pause. I put myself in the murder, so I don't run a game. Make sense now.
But you think you're walking.
I ain't saying I'm walking. Them folks just told me, them folks been told me I'm doing time, so, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
So, at the shooting itself, I just want to be clear on this. You say Justin got shot.
He got scraped on the back.
Explain to me the difference between a scrape and getting shot.
Like, you know, when you fall and you scrape your knee or something, like the bullet glaze your back, like just glaze. Like it glazed my leg and I got hit and it went in my back.
Okay, so you're saying a bullet grazed when you say
Yeah.
scrape. I just want to make sure I understand. Okay, so you're saying Justin got grazed, a bullet grazed on his back.
Yeah.
Was he bleeding?
Yeah, he was bleeding, but it wasn't like mine was. Like, you know, heavy like mine was.
How was your leg bleeding a lot?
Yeah, my leg was bleeding a little bit. Like, you can see the skin, you know what I'm saying? Scab, skin, and stuff like that. But it was just glazed, but my arm, it went in and rested in my back.
And you said that when you went to Keona's house, that she did some wound care on you and Justin.
We helped each other. All of us helped each other.
Okay, so you wiped Justin's back down for
Yeah,
that spot?
she would help him with a tab, and, you know, we were helping each other. Yeah, man, helping each other.
Okay. And I think you said when y'all got to Keona's house, you changed clothes when you went in.
Yeah,
Both of you.
yeah.
Okay. And then you identified a person you said with Mr. Johnson that came out and then stuck his head in a charger, but you were in the house. But you said that was...
He came out and got the wound kit.
All right. So, did y'all do the wound care before changing clothes or after you got the wound kit?
Before the wound kit came, we had a towel and soap and stuff and peroxide. You know what I'm saying? We were doing it like this.
Okay. When you met with Juke and Quet, Quet was doing most of the talking. Go Van, right?
He told me.
And you testified earlier about this, just to be clear, Go Van before the hit on dog, before you did it, had already negotiated with you to get $10,000.
Yeah, from me and 10,000 from Justin.
Okay. Now, I want to be clear about, I'm going to get to that in a minute, but I want to make sure $10,000 to you, you talked about it before, and then he came back to you after the fact and asked you about the 10 because he wanted his money, right?
Yeah, I want a man too.
Okay. Now, you said today, pretty matter-of-factly, that he had the same $10,000 from Justin. But when you were interviewed by law enforcement in August, they asked you that. And you said, I think he had the same deal with Justin. Right? So do you know it or do you think it?
I probably did say that then, but basically I'm saying the same thing I said then.
So you're not sure?
I'm saying the same thing I said then.
Okay, that you think he did.
I'm saying the same thing I said then. You can put it how you want to put it, but I'm saying, you know what I'm saying?
I'm putting it the way you put it.
What I know, you know what I'm saying? What I know.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, if you know it, why would you tell them then that you thought it? I think he got it. Why wouldn't you go? He got it. He had the same deal. I was there.
It's because just ain't bring me my money, so I don't know if he gave me. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
that's what I'm saying.
One moment, Judge. When you were in the white Mercedes, you were bleeding a lot, right? Bleeding a lot.
Nah. I wasn't bleeding a lot. Nah,
So you told law enforcement that you were bleeding really bad.
Yeah, once it started coming out, once I saw it, start panicking, you know, like, damn, blood started coming out. But I know not to panic that bad though, because I've been shot before. So in the white Mercedes, I'm sitting up like this, so my blood don't get nowhere in the car. I'm sitting up like this, and we driving at a fast pace. So I jump out this jump at the expedition, right?
Okay. You've got a gunshot in your shoulder, a graze on your leg,
Yeah,
and you say Mr. Johnson's been grazed on his back,
correct.
and you can see the graze, right?
Nah, I
You
ain't
see
look
it?
at it, cause when he driving, I'm making sure, we ain't know he was glazed at first, so I'm trying to make sure he don't wreck. So I'm like, you alright? You alright? I'm talking to him. But he said he been hit too.
Okay, he said he got hit. You've gotten grazed on your leg. You can look down, you felt it, and then you can look down and see it,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
All right. Now, you said you wiped down this car. How'd you wipe down the car? And what'd you do?
what you mean?
How did you wipe down the car? What'd you do? You walked through the backyard, you walked up to the car. What did you
I took
do
a towel
next?
and, you know, I had like peroxide and bleach and stuff, and wiping the cutting.
Peroxide and bleach. So you walked back through this yard and you had big things of peroxide and bleach in your hands.
Yeah, you trying to say how I did it with a shot on?
I know, I'm just saying, I want to know how you
I'm
did
trying
it.
to see where you getting it.
I want to know how you did it. I might need to wipe down a car. I don't know.
Alright, well, go ahead.
So how'd you do it?
I just wiped the guy there, you know what I'm saying? I wiped the guy there.
All right, where'd you wipe?
Inside and stuff. Inside in the dope panel.
Door panel?
Yeah,
So you wiped down, where'd you wipe down on the inside?
like the armrest, seat and stuff in the dope panel.
Okay. What about the outside of the car?
Dope panel. Dope panel. You know what I'm saying? Wipe the dope panel down.
Anything else?
The outside? Nah, just dope panel. Just.
And you know your prints on the car.
Yeah, I ain't know that my print was on the car at the time, but I'm wiping the dope panel where I know I touch it, you know what I'm saying? Like dope panel and stuff like this. And the blood department, I was just trying to wipe real fast, but I ain't want the lawn to go out, so I was just trying to wipe real fast, but it late, you know what I'm saying? I ain't want to get caught by the cop. It late. I'm shot, but I'm bandaged up, you know, so, and I ain't trying to let my hat go down because I was on some pills and stuff.
What'd you do with the stuff afterwards?
What stuff? Did I
Stuff you used to clean the car.
I just had it already on the towel, and I went back there and did it real fast.
Okay, so back just a few minutes ago, I said you walked back there with like containers of peroxide and bleach and a towel, and you said yes.
I ain't say that.
So I want to make sure you had it was just on the towel.
Yeah, it was on the towel.
Okay. So just one towel. What'd you do with the towel?
I took it back with me.
Okay. Who drove you there?
My dad. I made her hit the block. While she let me out, and I get out, and walked up, we big through.
And your girl's Angela Arnold.
Yeah.
And just so I'm clear, when would this have been in relation to you shoot off on the 17th? Same day?
No.
1 day later? 2 days later?
Nah, it wasn't. I can't tell you exactly, but it was a couple days later, before they found the car.
Okay.
It probably was the night before they found the car.
And so she drops you off. Was she in the tracks?
She dropped me off on Barrett, and I got out.
Barrett?
Barrett Street.
Okay.
And I got out on foot and walked. But I ain't want her truck seen on this street or nothing.
Okay. Was it day or night?
It was nighttime.
Okay. Was she in the tracks?
Yeah.
Now, did Quet ever tell you that either he or someone else had wiped the car down?
Quick?
Yeah.
Nah, just told me that he had somebody to wait to cut him.
And
Get last minute snacks and groceries with H-E-B now exclusively with Favor. Try it today and enjoy no fees on orders over $25.
Relive fierce battles from One Piece. Get it now.
you go back to wipe it. You,
Went to
that's
pressure
all.
word and done work.
You got in your phone.
Yeah, I went to pressure word today. Right after we shut off, like after we split up from the apartment, I went to pressure word. Same day.
When you talked about in your testimony about getting a car covered.
Yeah.
When is that in relation to when you wipe the car down?
Like when Quick gave me the money for the car code, it was the same day that they had found the car. Same, like early that morning, he gave me the money for the car code, and I was gonna put it on there later on the night, but they found the car.
And just to be clear, if I remember right, you said Quet called you to say, I need you to go come over here and get money for a car cover and go cover that car.
Him and Justin was talking about that anyway. Him and Justin was talking about that anyway.
But were you part of the were you part of the conversation between Govan and Justin to be talking about that anyway?
What you mean? Was like
You just said he and Justin were talking about that. Were you part of those conversations?
Justin was telling him he was gonna send him some cash out money to buy a car cover so we could cover.
How do
the
you
car.
know that?
Because I went over there, I was over Govan house. I had we got some pills for him and everything. Like, and we were talking about we had to get rid of this car. We were saying we need to get rid of this car, burn this car up.
And you're saying that Govan's telling you he's in contact with Justin. And
Yeah.
Justin, okay, all right. And just to be clear, when it comes to Govan or Quet, is it a y'all need to take care of this problem, or is it we, him included, need to take care of this problem?
He saying me and Justin really need to get rid of that car. He told me because if they question him, he gonna tell them how they Willie Massey so he can get back to his gambling. That's what he said.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
I know, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be super quick, Judge. The last thing, a lot of us probably didn't understand. Quet told y'all that if the police come to him and ask him about the car, he's going to say, holler at William Massey.
Yeah.
Is that his attorney?
Yeah, that was his attorney.
Okay, so he's telling y'all, he's going to tell the police, I'm not talking to y'all, I'll talk to my
Yeah,
attorney.
he talked to my attorney.
He's gonna
So I can get back to my gambling.
Into his sports gambling?
Yeah.
Okay. When Mr. Evans was asking you questions, he's asking about text messages and stuff. This is something I just forgot to do. Did the police seize your telephone from Letitia after you gave it to her?
Yeah.
Is that telephone 901-513-6236?
It was.
And the very last thing, every time I've met with you, me and you have met, if you count 2 minutes back there, maybe 3 times. Is that right?
Yeah.
Have I ever told you you're going to walk out of jail?
Nah, you ain't never told me that.
Have I always told you that you're going to prison?
Yeah, you told me
No further questions.
Mr. Evans, any recross?
No, Your Honor.
Are you next witness?
We can have about 5 minutes to get Cora ready for the medical examiner. She's going to be the next witness, Judge.
Let's take a break.
Court stands in recess.
Recess.
Brief recess. Then you pass me, turn, follow me.
I think it's that big. It always happens when people sitting right there. Come on. I think it's that big.
They will have to leave.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, the next witness will be the medical examiner, and I'm going to admonish you now, if you don't think you're going to be able to remain unemotional, if you don't think you're going to be able to sit through watching or looking at photos of the autopsy, please excuse yourself now, because there won't be any outburst tolerated. Thank you. He's already gone. Y'all want to get the picture too? Over there. Thought you respect her. State, call your next witness.
State calls Dr. Juliet Scantleberry.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last witness for the day.
Stand right here, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Could you spell your name for the record, please?
My name is Dr. Juliet Scantleberry, JulietScantleberry.
I'm sorry. Can you say that slower?
Okay, Juliet, Juliette, Scantleberry, Scantlebury.
Thank you.
Dr. Scantleberry, where are you currently employed?
At West Tennessee Regional Forensic Center.
Okay, and what's your position?
I'm an assistant medical examiner.
And how long have you been in that position?
5 years.
Okay. And what does your job consist of?
Performing autopsies.
Okay. So could you tell the jury a little bit about your educational background?
Okay. So I attained my Bachelor of Science in Biology at Howard University. After that, I completed my medical training at Howard University College of Medicine. I did an anatomic and clinical pathology residency at Washington University in St. Louis. And then I did some forensic pathology fellowships at St. Louis University.
Okay. And are you board certified?
I am.
And are you a licensed physician in Tennessee?
I am.
Okay. So my next question is, what exactly is forensic pathology?
It is a specialized branch of medicine that uses a medical legal approach to death and disease.
Okay. And what does a forensic pathologist do?
So they perform autopsies to determine cause and manner of death in certain cases based on the jurisdiction.
Okay. Can you tell us what is an autopsy?
An autopsy is basically an external and internal examination of a deceased person, and you do a basic overview of the external, noting any trauma, medical disease, or any findings like tattoos or scars, and then internal examination to note if there's any injury or medical disease, and with all of that, determine what caused the death of a person.
Okay. So what are the different stages of an autopsy?
So it kind of starts with the investigation, and with the investigation determine what level of autopsy needs to be performed. And first stage would be reviewing materials. The next stage is determining if x-rays or anything needs to be done. And then external examination, once the body is undressed and photographed, the doctor will take external view of the body, noting any demographic information like hair color, eye color, if there are teeth, their tattoos, scars, then note any medical intervention, if they were having IVs, and also any medical disease, if they had any changes on their bodies, and then trauma is assessed externally.
Okay. Have you ever performed an autopsy?
I have.
About how many would you say?
Over 2,000.
So, could you explain to the jury exactly what does cause of death mean?
So cause of death is the immediate reason that led to a person no longer living. So it's more what occurred in the body that led to death. So if you were shot, it might lead to exsanguination, you losing blood, and that would lead to your death. So it's basically what started the chain of events that led to somebody dying.
Is that different from manner of death?
It is.
How is it different?
So the manner of death informs what happens to the cause of death. So manner of death is circumstances around those causes. So if it's something that happened naturally, that your body did all of it, that's natural. If it's something at the hands of another, it might be considered a homicide. If it's something that is happened in the course of doing something else, but it wasn't intentional to cause a death, it might be accident.
And have you ever testified about your findings in court before about an autopsy?
I have.
Okay. Have you ever been qualified as an expert witness in the courts of this county or any other county?
I have.
Okay. And how many times about that?
I think 4 times in Shelby County and a little bit more than that in outside counties in Tennessee and in St. Louis City and some St. Louis counties.
Okay.
Or Missouri counties, I should say.
Your Honor, I now tender Dr. Scantleberry as an expert in forensic pathology and ask that she be allowed to state her opinions as to a reasonable degree of certainty, medical certainty.
We would stipulate as to her expertise and have no objection.
Thank you. I qualify Dr. Scantleberry as a expert in the area of forensic pathology.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, Dr. Scantleberry, I now want to ask you about a specific autopsy. Autopsy number 2021-2619 for an Adolph Thornton Jr. Did you perform this autopsy?
I did.
Do you recall when the autopsy was performed?
On November 18th, 2021.
And did you make a report as to your findings and conclusions as a result of the autopsy of Mr. Thornton?
I did.
Okay. I want to pass you a document.
Multi-page document entitled Office of the Medical Examiner, West Tennessee Regional Forensic Center. Name of decedent Adolph Robert Thornton Jr. With the state number 21-79-4134. We'll mark this as Exhibit 27.
So now I just want to go over the autopsy report a little bit. First, I want to ask you, how did your autopsy proceed? Where did you start?
So I started with being notified of the death, and then I reviewed the investigative material that the medical legal death investigator performed or produced, and then I had requested what I needed done for the case. So it will start with me getting x-rays, and then the autopsy technician would be weighing the decedent. They would be taking measurements, and then they would undress them after taking pictures and documenting what they found on the body. And then after pictures were taken of the overall body and certain findings of the body, then more specific photos are taken of the injuries that were found on the body. And then I would start my external examination with everything, all the findings, and then measurements of all the injuries that were on the body. And after that, I performed the autopsy with the assistance of the autopsy technician with their eviscerated body, and I would note what was injured and what was found in each body cavity, and also going to the head.
So during the course of the autopsy, you said pictures were taken?
Yes.
Did you take pictures?
Yes.
Okay. I'm actually going to hand these to you one by one. Can you tell me what you see in that picture?
So this is the right side of the head and neck, showing a large wound on the right jaw.
Okay. You can place that one down.
So because these have been previously marked, I need to know which one you're sending.
Your Honor, this is actually going to be exhibit number 16 that was previously marked. And now as to the exhibit number 17 that was previously marked, Dr. Scantleberry, can you tell us what you see in that picture?
Yes. This is the back side of the body, mostly highlighting the right back with several wounds, and some wounds are noted on the left side of the back as well. And you can see the wound on the right jaw.
You can place that one down as well. As to exhibit number 18, could you tell me what you see in that picture?
So this is the front side of the body, highlighting the left side, and it shows some gunshot wounds here.
Okay. You can can place that one down. And as to exhibit number 19, what do you see in that picture?
So this shows the right wrist and hand and a little bit of the forearm, and it shows some gunshot wounds. This one mostly highlights a wound at the right wrist.
Okay. And this is exhibit number 20. Could you tell us what you see in that picture?
So this is a wound of the left forearm right here, and it shows a gunshot wound of the left forearm.
And exhibit number 21. What is shown in that picture?
This is an overall picture of some of the clothing that was removed from Mr. Thornton.
Okay, you can place that one down. And exhibit number 22, is this also some of the clothing?
Yes. This is a shirt. It has some markers that indicate where some defects in the clothing were found.
Is that the front or the back of the shirt?
I'm not certain, but it looks like the back.
Okay. And you can place that one down as well. And exhibit number 23, what do you see in that picture?
So this is the front of a shirt, and it also has some markers indicating where some hole defects were found.
Okay. You can place that one down. And exhibit 24.
This is an undershirt with markers showing where defects were found.
Okay, you can place that down. And exhibit 25.
This is overall of some property that was found on Mr. Thornton. It has money, some jewelry, some cards, and a condom.
Okay, place that one down. And exhibit 26. What is shown in that one?
This is an overall view of bullet fragments from the right jaw that were recovered.
Feeling Claritin Clear is like
Will mark exhibits will enter into evidence exhibits 16 through 26 that have been previously marked and identified by this witness into evidence. Have you not done it already? Okay.
And if I could have those pictures back. Your Honor, may I have permission to publish to the jury?
You do.
Judge, may we be briefly approached?
You may.
Dr. Steelberry, can you hear me again?
I can.
Okay. If you could just project your voice loud, and if you can't hear me, let me know.
Ms. Williams, I'm going to ask you to do the same, please.
Absolutely, Judge. Okay. Dr. Scantlebury, I believe this photo might be a little bit blurry, but could you tell the jury what is actually shown in this photo?
Okay, so this is showing his. Do you have a pointer by any chance?
You might too. Yes. Just press and hold that first button at the top.
Thank you. All right, so to orient everyone, okay, so this is the top of his head. This will be his torso here. This is the right side of the body, his ear. And this large defect here is a gunshot wound of the right jaw. And this is, well, you can't really see it that well, but this is the placard with the scale and case number indicating which case it belongs to.
So for this wound, did the bullet or bullets hit anything as it passed through the body?
It did.
Okay, what exactly did it hit?
It struck the skeletal muscle and caused a lot of fractures to the mandible, the lower jaw, and it caused fracturing around the gums where the teeth are located in the lower jaw.
In your medical opinion, would this wound be catastrophic or fatal?
Potentially.
Okay, move on to the next one. And just for the record, Your Honor, I am going in order of the exhibits.
Thank you.
This is exhibit number 17. Dr. Scantlebury, can you tell us what we're looking at right here?
We're looking at the back of the body. The head is here. The head is here, and his feet would be down here. This is his right arm. This is his left arm, and you can see this area here, there, and you're not so great. Some over here and another there. Those are gunshot entrance wounds.
Entrance wounds.
Yes.
So for the torso or this area, how many entrance wounds did you calculate?
For the torso, 8.
Okay. Were there any exit wounds?
Yes.
Okay. How many exit wounds were there?
4.
Was that near the back of the torso or the front of the torso?
Front of the torso.
Okay. And did any of these bullets hit any vital organs as they passed through the body?
They did.
And what did it hit?
It hit the right lung, liver, the thoracic aorta, which is a major blood vessel that supplies blood to the whole body, small intestine, several ribs, and some vertebrae.
And could those wounds be potentially fatal in this instance?
Yes.
And if I could ask about the trajectory of the bullets as it passed through the torso, what directions were they coming from?
So for these wounds of the torso, they had a very mixed pattern, but most of them, the general track is forward.
Okay. So it came through
The back to the front. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Moving on to the next one. This is exhibit 18. Could you tell us what we're looking at?
This is the front of the body, mostly the left. This is his left arm here, his head is here, and his lower body would be here. And it can show a gunshot wound here and here.
And are those exit wounds or entry wounds?
Exit wounds.
Okay. And how many did you say?
This is paleta payaso, a delicious treat on a stick, made up of a
This is exhibit 19. Dr. Scantlebury, can you tell us what we are looking at right here?
This is the right side of the body, mostly highlighting the right upper extremity. This is the forearm here, the wrist, and the hand. And it highlights a large wound, gunshot wound of the right wrist.
This is exhibit number 20. Does this also show upper extremities?
Yes.
Okay. So how many wounds are in this exact picture?
1.
Okay. All right, moving on to the next exhibit, which is exhibit 21. Now, are these the victim's clothing?
They are.
Okay. So, exactly what did he come to? What was he wearing when he came to you?
These clothes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have two shirts, a pair of jeans, boxers, shoes, and socks.
Correct.
Okay. Was there any property found within his clothing?
They were.
Okay. And this is exhibit number 22. And Dr. Scantlebury, if you could just give me some clarification here. Are these white squares showing where there are holes in the clothing?
Correct.
Okay. Are there arrows on those white squares?
They are.
Okay. All right. And about how many holes in the clothing did you calculate?
I did not count those.
Okay. Thank you. And the next picture is exhibit number 23. Now it looks like the same photo, but is this the front or the back of the shirt?
This is the front of the shirt.
Okay. And do those white squares also indicate holes in the clothing?
Correct.
In exhibit 24, looks like this is an undershirt. And the same thing as the last shirt. Do those white squares indicate holes within that garment?
Correct.
Okay. And the next exhibit, number 25, could you tell us what we're looking at right here?
So we're looking at the overall view of property that was found on or in pockets of the clothing for Mr. Thornton.
Okay. Were there any weapons found within his clothing?
I don't recall.
Okay.
What was that response?
I don't recall.
And on to the final exhibit, number 26. What are we looking at, Dr. Scantlebury?
This is the brown area is an envelope that we use to package any ballistics that we recover from the body. And these are multiple bullet fragments that were recovered from the right jaw.
Okay. Regarding the bullet fragments that were recovered from the right jaw, would it be within your job duties to conduct tests on those fragments?
No, it would not.
Okay. And do you happen to know whether or not the murder weapons were recovered in this case at all?
Not at the time I did the case, no.
Okay. So if the murder weapons were recovered, would it be within your job duties to conduct tests on them?
It would not be.
Okay. Just a couple more questions. So, Dr. Scantlebury, where does a toxicology test?
At the time autopsy, we take certain fluids, usually blood, sometimes liver, and certain fluids also from the eye, and we submit it to a toxicology lab, and they run a particular test that I order, and based on the drugs that they look for in that particular test, it would test it against the blood, and whatever is detected would be read as a positive finding.
Okay. And is a toxicology test a standard part of an autopsy?
Most cases, yes.
Okay. And did you conduct a toxicology test for this victim?
I did.
And what were the results of that test?
It was the active ingredient of marijuana was detected.
Okay. So as to the total entry wounds to this victim, how many were there?
20.
20. Okay. How about the exit wounds?
4.
Okay. And in your medical opinion, were these gunshot wounds enough to cause death?
They were.
Okay. And within a reasonable degree of medical certainty, did you render an opinion as to the cause of this victim's death?
I did.
And what was the cause of that?
Gunshot wounds of the head, torso, and neck.
Okay. And did you render an opinion as to the manner of death?
I did.
And what was your opinion?
Homicide.
Your Honor, I will pass the witness.
Mr. Evans?
Thank you, Your Honor. Just have a few questions.
You were asked about entry wounds and versus exit wounds, and I think you said there's 20 entry wounds and 4 exit wounds.
Right.
You were also asked some questions about ballistics, I think, or used the term ballistics. As far as ballistics go, within your job and your responsibilities, do you recover bullets from the body that are still in the body at the time of the autopsy?
Yes.
How many of those did you recover?
So I recovered 4 bullets that were related to this shooting, and then there were 3 others that occurred that he had in his body from before. So remote bullets I found. 3 of them.
All right, so 3 from him being shot some other occasion.
Yes.
Okay. So 4 related to this shooting.
Yes.
And then, does that include fragments, or is that a different category?
So in this case specifically, he had several fragments, and some, due to evidentiary value, they're very small. I didn't recover all of them, but I recovered the larger ones, yes.
Okay, and is that inclusive in the number that you just gave me of the bullets recovered?
Yes.
Okay. Were some of those intact?
Most weren't.
Most weren't?
Yeah.
But to your recollection, were any intact? One was intact. And it would be your procedure and policy as the medical examiner to package any of those bullets and bullet fragments in the brown envelope, right? And send those back to law enforcement to let them do any potential ballistic firearms testing on them, correct?
Correct.
And did you do that in this case?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Can you redirect?
No redirect, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard something. You have not heard everything you're going to hear. So I ask you to go and have a good evening with dinner. Don't talk about this case. Just enjoy your evening. Eat well, sleep well, and we will see you back here in the morning at 9:30, and we'll get started again. Thank you. You may adjourn the court.
All rise. This honorable court stands adjourned until tomorrow morning at 9:30.
No, leave your notepads here, please. Go back on the record for anything? Before we...
I don't think so,
You don't need
Judge.
to go back on the record for anything?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
Just go and do it. So just keep moving on after good.
Ready to meet us? All right, darling. Want to look again? Yes, I will. Hey, you're on your last week. Give it a whatever. And they are making me work. I'm sure you're here.
I'll make sure you do this.